Hi, I'm Natasha Lockhart. Welcome to Studio Chatter. Coming up, we've got lots of good conversations.
I'm Stacy Beck. We'll talk about a unique party option for the summer.
And I'm Angie Murphy. We'll also talk about some fun and affordable Western fashions.
And we'll talk about how you can find joy in gardening and also talk to one busy woman. All this and more on Studio Chatter. Welcome to Studio Chatter. Life is moving into high gear as spring finally arrives. Are we keeping busy?
Yes.
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 Yes-ish.
I didn't do anything for spring break, so it was kind of like a relaxing week for me.
Oh, well, good for you.
Neither did I. I had to work. This was like a busy week at work because everyone wants to get in and get their wisdom teeth out.
Right.
So I kind of was a downer. Like today, I was like, oh, other people were out traveling.
Yeah.
Hey, but first of all, we want to thank Savannah at the Rustic Cowgirl for sponsoring us tonight.
Love them.
and giving us darling teas and some fun jewelry. And so thanks, Savannah. We're excited.
We'll meet her in a couple minutes.
Yep, we sure will.
So let's start with you, since you did go somewhere.
I went to Hawaii. Finally.
You.
Oh, it was so nice.
It's been a good 2 years since you've really got a good travel in.
Yes, and it was literally perfect.
You didn't want to come home.
We didn't want to come home. I'll be honest. Like the weather was perfect. The kids are old enough that there's not any more of the bags or stroller. They never really were, but they're just to the point where you can kind of send them down safely or around the pool, and you don't have to worry about anybody
Isn't that nice?
Oh, it's so nice.
You were able to relax.
Able to relax, yes.
What island?
Oahu, and I can say it.
Good.
This time, yes. So, that was kind of really great also coming off of the event and the story that I shared in this last segment. So, it was a really good break.
Okay,
so
what was the highlight? Did you do anything new? Because you go regularly.
Yeah, no, not really.
Okay.
I think it was just being back there, and we spent time at the resort, and we did go into Waikiki a couple of times, did some shopping, some eating.
Luau?
We did do the luau, yes. We did Fia, so that was super fun.
That's awesome.
And Bear was probably more excited because she got all dressed up and
I bet she just loved that and danced away.
Yes.
Good for her.
That was super fun.
So glad you got away.
Oh, well, thank you. Yes.
Yeah. I saw that your youngest grandbaby.
Yes, we had a 1-year-old hole-in-one party last night, guys, and it was so great. They dressed him all up in his polo gear, and we had some greenery and fun, and watched the Masters as we're having a little golfing party.
Did you get him a little green jacket?
We did not get him a green jacket. We were gonna get him like a zip-up, like little caddies outfit too, but she chose a blue button-down shirt with little khakis, polo hat. You guys,
so
it
your
was so
babies
great.
won.
The baby's one. Wow. So we have a kindergartner next year down to 1.
Dang, that goes fast.
Right? I know.
Really
and Mal's already talking about more.
She is?
Yes, she is.
Well, good.
We told her to wait till after Disney, and then maybe she could do it in July. So
okay.
I think we could, be having more babies soon. Right?
Oh, good for you.
And then Cute Bo is leaving to go sell for Vivint Security down in Texas. So we've been trying to prep him.
Good.
We've been laundering, teaching that, my minimal cooking skills.
I love it.
Just take an air fryer, queso maker, and we'll learn how to do overnight oats.
You got it, yeah.
So that's what's been keeping us busy.
So what did you do in your downtime?
Geez, nothing.
You did some cleaning. I saw that.
I did.
Did you do some cleaning on the back porch or the
Yes, we did get our back porch
area?
ready.
Yes.
We took our side-by-side out on the warmest day, which was Friday, and we went out on West Mountain. That was really fun because we didn't buy the side-by-side till the end of the hunting season, so we didn't really go out in it last year.
So now you're enjoying it.
So yeah, I'm like the type that I could just go for, I could just be out hours upon hours doing that.
I'd love to drive around.
Yeah, and then we went through Payson to Polar Queen.
I've never been.
No.
Ever?
No.
Everyone's like, yes, you have. I'm like, I think maybe someone brought me a hamburger to the ballpark once when we were in Payson.
Isn't that so funny when there's things nearby and you're like, I'll eventually get there?
It's like one-man band, guys.
Oh, I've never been
I need to
there.
go. I've never been.
You've never been?
No.
Okay.
But Barry's
Yes, yeah. I did get my Loco Moco in Hawaii as well. So
What's a Loco Moco?
so basically, it's eggs on top of sticky rice and a hamburger patty and gravy. It's so good.
I have never heard of that.
Oh, it's delish. So if ever you
Okay.
go, yes, you must have it.
We'll have to find out
I
where
love
to go
food.
for
I want
the
to see
best.
why did you bring
Yeah.
People magazine? What do
So,
you have?
well, because of the last conversation or the last segment, it was so funny. So my brain bleed. So we've had a lot of feedback to the show and people sharing their stories. And I thought it was so interesting. It was so interesting because People magazine, Bruce Willis, is suffering and stepping away from the spotlight because of aphasia.
Really?
I would have never, ever learned that term.
Connected.
Or connect
Right.
it, or, so his cognitive ability is basically going away. And when we were discussing my mini stroke with aphasia, it's basically that. I mean, it's kind of just being trapped or hostage to your language. And even though you have the ability to think the thoughts, you can't necessarily speak it or get lost inside the way that you want to project the way that you're speaking.
Is it like connected at all to like Alzheimer's or getting
I think for
aged or
him,
older?
yes, it could be a degenerative disease.
Okay.
He didn't necessarily have an event or a stroke or a brain bleed or any of those things, but I thought it was really interesting. I'm like, wow, that's such timing.
Wow.
to
that
come
is.
into
It
the
just
spotlight.
breaks my heart, though.
Right.
Oh, it totally, yes.
Because thank goodness for you,
Coming
you
out
healed
of
really
it.
quick.
Yes, yes.
But him, it sounds like he's not gonna.
And there's that fear, right, that it might come back.
Right.
So, but I mean, I don't think so.
Right.
But now we know, and even being able to speak about it, that was really interesting. And then Hailey Bieber, when she had
Justin
her
Bieber's wife.
No, I did not
when
hear
she
about
had
that.
a blood clot in her brain at like
In
20 in her 20s.
I did not know
And all the
this.
people have been sharing. So thank you for that. Thanks for the love. And I mean, I think it's been super helpful for people to talk about it.
No, I do.
Definitely, it's always good to talk about it.
It's always
So thank
scary
you for sharing.
Yes.
to share those intimate details, but how much connection and healing maybe can come from other people
Yes.
and education.
Yeah.
Yes,
So
for
thanks,
sure.
Natasha.
Yes, and
I barely saw what's under that People magazine. I say we talk about the next one too. That's a good one. Do we have time?
well,
Okay.
so this had
Oh,
been right
yes,
on
the shock of the world.
Yes, right on the heels. I think of maybe the last time that we had filmed before
Yes.
that. I mean, like the night before, even
Yes,
or something.
Yeah, so this is totally
really
old
was.
news.
Yes,
but
it
yes,
is
we
old
haven't
news,
talked
but
about it.
wow, right?
And he just was banned for 10 years from the Oscars,
Yes.
is what they just came out with. That was his discipline.
Okay. Well, Chris showed me like the next morning because we didn't watch it, and he's like, "Come look at what happened." And I watched. I'm like, "Well, honey, that's staged. Obviously, it didn't really happen." He's, "No, I think it did. Look." I'm like, "No, because now watch. He's yelling."
Right.
Obscene
We didn't
things.
believe it at first, and then when it kept going on throughout the night, like we kind of came back to it, and we're like, oh, wow.
So, what did you guys
No.
think?
I think he was in the wrong.
Oh, I do too. Absolutely.
Yeah. I think
And
his emotions got the best of him.
I mean, he should have not even been able to stay. I mean, he should have been confronted and escorted immediately.
Yep.
I wonder, him and Chris Rock, both A-listers, that had something to do with it.
For sure.
If it would have been someone else, would they have been escorted out? If he would have been white, hitting a black man on stage,
Or vice
versa, that would have been different.
Right.
There's just a lot of things that you're like, because it was Will Smith, he got away with it.
Well, and I think that they said that some of the head committee of the Oscars were scattered throughout the building. So right when it happened, I think everyone was like, what just happened? They were
Right.
saying.
Yeah, you
and
don't-
trying to communicate. They couldn't really communicate. They did have police officers come up to Chris Rock and said, do you want him prosecuted? Like,
Right.
do you want him arrested? And he's like, no. So I think they kind of let it lie, but I agree. I think that there should have been steps taken
Okay,
right
let me
then.
ask you this.
Violence
Do we
is
have,
no
okay,
good.
There's an underlying thing though with Jada that you can tease people and she just kind of goes, and nothing's ever done. Especially more with women.
Yes.
Oh, there's a
and
lot
I
of
do
things
think
that-
that he
yeah,
should
there's
have
a
stood
lot,
up
yes.
for her, but I do believe he should have used his words instead of
of his-
violence.
Absolutely. We should certainly talk about this another
Yes.
time
Yes,
and the
let's do.
aftermath, right? Next on Studio Chatter, are you in charge of a summer party? We've got a great idea for you. Welcome back to Studio Chatter. If you're in charge of putting together the family party, we've got a unique idea for you. Welcome Vivian Waite with Poppin' Foam Parties to the table.
Hi.
How fun!
Hi, thank you for having me.
Yes, we just got to watch the little promo, and now I want to throw a party.
I know, I'm
foam
thinking,
party.
right?
Party. A party.
They're so fun, so
Vivian,
fun.
this is a fun idea. Is this your first year?
Last summer was our whole first year.
Okay.
And it was pretty successful, so
Wow.
we're
I think
excited to do it
Everyone
again.
out of COVID and ready to just, have some fun.
It is fun.
Yeah, tell us a little bit about you first.
Okay, so I live here in town in Spanish Fork. I'm married, been married for 21 years. I have 2 daughters. My oldest is a senior graduating this year. She's also running for Miss Spanish Fork, so that's exciting for
That's a good
us.
time.
We're new to that experience, but it's been amazing.
It'll be a good experience.
It is. It's incredible. And then I have another daughter who will be going into 1010th grade as well. So,
Okay. So what made you think
Yes,
that let's start
how'd
a
you come up
Poppin'
with the
Foam
idea?
party?
so I've seen it done before. Years back, I had seen somebody post it, and I'm fortunate enough to have one of those husbands that can build anything.
Oh,
Lucky
That is
you.
nice.
I'm so blessed, and
We
so
are not. We try hard.
no. So last May, we wanted to throw a surprise party for our younger daughter. And you know, when the 14, 15 is kind of an awkward age, and they want the mixed group of kids, but they don't know how to get out of their comfort zones. And so I had mentioned, like, oh, that would be so fun to do that. I think it would help them mingle and have fun. And he's like, oh, I could probably build it. And he did, and it worked. And it took about 5 seconds for them to be awkward and then let it go and just play. It was
Wow.
So
really
I want to
fun.
hear, like, when you say he just built it, like, what kind of
So you can
hardware and stuff
you can
do you
find pre-kits like on Amazon.
Oh, okay.
But so we purchased one of those kits, but we found it needed some tweaking to really produce incredible bubbles and foam. And that's where he's very good. He's like, if we change the netting on it or the PVC pipe, I don't know, the PVC pipe, we get a different hose.
So is it just one machine that produces all of that?
It's so, I mean, there's some parts to it. We have a big garbage can that we send with the renters. You have to fill it up with the water. There's a water pump in it. And then there's a big box fan, and there's like sprinkler heads on the front of that, and it shoots it all out through a certain kind of netting that creates the
my
bubbles.
heavens.
So
So I'm
comes
thinking
out-
this is DIY. This is like
It
do it
is
yourself.
DIY.
Okay,
So we
you
come
send
pick it up from you.
Yes.
And then
Okay.
you show us how to do it. So it's kind of
Yeah.
like when you do the blow up balloon type slide deals. You
Yeah.
go pick it up, you show us how.
Yep, we put together a little YouTube video on how to set up the structure, and then we provide some tips that we have found that works to just make it work really well. And then it's just a pick up and drop off.
So you said you have a big bucket of water.
So it's like a 44-gallon garbage can, like the gray garbage cans.
And then what are you using to make the bubbles?
I order a foam powder from a manufacturer in Texas, and I wish
so
I could.
that with water. And
So that with water and
And it's fine for all the grass, all your
it doesn't
gardening,
kill
all of everything.
We've done it so many times in our own yard before starting to rent it to anyone else.
I bet.
And it has never damaged our yard. The only thing that will happen to your yard is just the wear and tear from the kids.
Right.
But
So, a dumb question. What's the difference then between foam and bubbles, or is there a difference?
I don't know.
Okay.
It really is just a bunch of bubbles, and I think one of the components in the powder is similar to what creates the foam and bubbling in shampoos and the suds.
Okay.
It's a similar component, and so it's just on a
So how
big scale.
of a scale are we talking with the foam?
If we were to set up my machine right here, it would go to the cameras and to the walls and
And then they just splash and get it everywhere.
yeah,
and-
we provide a big tarp that also doubles as like a slip and slide. You could have 10 kids in there and not see them.
Oh wow, that would be fun.
Because I do feel like nowadays, like the social aspect is a lot like on the phone and not talking, and this gets them out
And they cannot have
communicating
their phone
and cannot
with
have their
them.
phones.
Oh,
right.
it's hours
and
of
adults
fun.
too, like connecting with your youth or your
Well,
kids.
it's so funny because I had dads in particular come, I'm here to pick up some machine, I don't know, and they're a little skeptical, and then when they come back, they're showing me, this was amazing. Then they got in it, and all the adults were in it.
Oh, I would be all over this.
Yeah.
So
I think
what's
How many units do you have?
Yes.
Oh, sorry.
Good question.
So the fee is $150
Okay.
for roughly a 24-hour rental.
Oh.
I try to be as accommodating as I can, but it really just kind of depends on where that person lives and what my surrounding bookings are.
Okay.
Yeah.
Going into this summer, I'm adding a $50 refundable deposit so that it comes back not broken, because that happened a number of times. So $200 up front, but a $50 is refundable.
Perfect.
So
That's very fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how
I
many
think
of the
that's really
units do you have?
affordable.
I will be having 4 going into the summer. So
Oh,
we've
really?
doubled. I had 2 last summer,
Okay.
and we're making 4.
Okay.
Well, we'll have 4 total.
And when you just do the bucket that you sent us with, does that last like an hour, 3 hours? It
So
doesn't-
I send part of that price includes 3 bags of foam, and 1 bag lasts roughly 20 minutes.
Okay.
It just kind of depends on the play. I would recommend turning off the fan if they're not in it for a minute, or something.
Right.
And then you want to keep the bucket. I don't want to say bucket. It's a garbage can.
Okay.
Keep the garbage can full of water. You just keep the hose in it, keep it on, and maintain that sweet spot of the water levels. Don't want it to overflow. Don't want it to go too low. And then just watch the bubble output. And when you feel like it's dwindling a little, dump in another bag. And
So
keeps
it could
going.
easily go like 90 minutes?
Yeah.
Because I
60
imagine
I'd say
it produces
60.
and then they could play and then you start another
So I would say
round.
3 bags would last you an hour. I oftentimes talk to the renter because I want to know, I kind of want to gauge who the party's for. You know, if you have older teens, you probably want it to go longer. And so extra bags are always available to purchase.
Okay.
But anything over the 3 that's included, if they don't use it, return it unopened, then that's refunded.
Awesome.
So great.
Yeah.
That is really affordable for a
Yes.
fun little party.
It's so fun.
So where do they go to book the renting and get all of the information?
Yeah. So I have an Instagram page, poppin.foam.parties, and there is a link to a Google form to request a reservation.
Okay.
But you can also email me. Not everyone has social media. So email at poppinfoamparties@gmail.com.
Okay.
And you can reach out that way, and I'll respond, and we'll figure it out.
This is fun.
I think it's like so unique, but I've heard about it before, and it really surprises me that like no one has done this. Like no one that I know around us.
I know
has
I've
done
seen
this.
it before, but
Right.
nothing around here, and I'm just
But happy that
I think
you
we're
so
ready
grateful for that husband of mine.
Tell him thank you.
I will.
Yeah. Well, and if anybody wants a preview, there's an event coming up.
Yes.
Tell us about that, please.
Yes. So, my daughter that is running, she's organized a Ukraine donation event. She actually, I don't know if it was before she made the decision to run or not, but she read that article in KSL about the man from Utah that flew out to Ukraine and was helping families cross the borders, and was like, I want to do something. And so she's organized this event. It's April 23rd from 11 to 1 at Spanish Fork Junior High School. And
Okay.
I am sponsoring the event as well. I think it would be really fun. Anyone who's interested in checking out what this party bubble business is about,
This would
come
be
to
a
this
perfect
event. And all you have to do is bring an item to donate to play.
Like a food item or money?
It can be food. It can be the clothing.
Okay.
And I think it's on her little site or something.
Yes.
Hygiene products and
If we got our list from the UtahUkraineAssociation.org.
Okay.
The items they're looking for
Okay.
for people in Ukraine.
We'll try and list that as well. Thank you
Yes.
so much.
Thank
So
you.
fun.
Thank you for having me.
Coming up on Studio Chatter, we'll show you where we got these fancy new teas. Welcome back to Studio Chatter. We love our Western wear here in Spanish Fork, and our next guest knows how to make it fun and affordable. Please welcome Savannah Turner from the Rustic Cowgirl to our table. Welcome.
Hi, thanks for having me.
We're excited.
Savannah.
We feel a little bit Fiesta Days today.
Yeah,
and
we
it
do.
makes us really happy.
It makes Jessie super excited. And I did do a hoedown down my hallway before I left. So I must be excited too.
Yeah. A little
Okay.
country's good.
We
Or a
love
lot.
Savannah. I know her. She's basically like kind of like a daughter. She is my daughter's sister-in-law, and I've known her since she was a little girl. But Savannah, tell us a little bit about you and where you grew up and just a little bit about what you're doing now.
Yes, I am born and raised in Spanish Fork. Have lived here my whole life. And I have 3 brothers and 2 sister-in-laws that are awesome. I didn't get a sister, so at least I get 2 sister-in-laws.
Good deal.
True.
Yes. Yeah, I just grew up with all boys, and it has been pretty fun. I love everything about horses. I grew up with horses.
You're a cowgirl then. Okay.
Yep.
So this isn't just kind of like sometimes I feel like we're faking
Well, and
it.
her uncle does the rodeo, so there's a lot of like that running in the family.
Yes.
So what got you from being a little girl growing up and then into married phase and this?
Growing up, it was pretty fun. I grew up playing sports, and I also grew up with my grandpa. He did quarter horse showing, and he kind of got me into it when I was little. My whole entire family on my mom's side, they all did horse things. All my uncles. My mom was the cheerleader of the family.
Yeah.
Yes, and so growing up, I was always around horses and had to go work at the barn with my grandpa. And I loved Western fashion. I just remember I would see all these beautiful rodeo queens at fiesta days, and I'd be like, oh my gosh, these girls are so beautiful, and all the fun outfits. And I just love Western fashion. And so growing up, and I always loved to wear it, and so I wanted to make it affordable for everybody, because in high school, you know, our moms and dads are helping us out, and so they like the clothes and everything were a little bit more on the expensive side for high schoolers, and so I just decided I love Western fashion so much, I might as well just start making it. And so I went and bought some stuff. I watched a bunch of videos, and here I am now.
Wow.
So when you say you make
love
it,
it.
does that mean you just put it on the t-shirt? Explain the process.
So I hand make my designs, and I do it on an iPad.
No way.
Yes. Yep,
Wow.
it's kind
Right?
of
Wow.
It's
So
time
you
consuming.
draw all of these out and design all of the designs.
And copy and paste stuff and just wow.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep. I have to do the cutouts and everything, and then I put it through my machine.
Okay.
And then my machine will cut it all out, and then I have a heat press that presses it and makes it so that it stays on. It has to be a certain temperature. Lots of trial and error.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, you made a comment when you walked into the studio, and you said that no shirt is the same. Like everyone is unique. So how do you ever make multiple? Like if the 3 of us wanted to match, I mean, you could could just print the same
I
design.
can do the same design. One of the models that comes out, you'll see I bleach some of the shirts, and you have to do a certain consistency to make sure that everything is perfect, so that it doesn't ruin the shirt, or washing it doesn't distress it. And so she has one on, but every time I bleach it, no shirt would be the same. They all have their own little touch that's different.
Which in a market like that, you would feel like they would be expensive. And I love that you brought it down. So you're still giving the TLC to every product, but at an affordable rate for everyone.
And are you in stores, or how can people buy your
I'm not in stores yet. I'm hoping to be. I'm just online right now.
Okay.
I have an Instagram and a website that I watched a lot of videos and created myself.
So you have a website that people can order through that, or through Instagram probably as well?
If they're local or around Spanish Fork area, they're welcome to just message me, and they can purchase it through there.
And what's your Instagram?
It's the Rustic Cowgirl Co.
Okay.
And then it's not just t-shirts, it's jewelry too.
Yes, it's jewelry too. I make my necklaces.
And this
make
is
all
one
of
of your
this.
beautiful necklaces as well, right?
It is, yes.
And can we just say thank you, because you gifted the 3 of us
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
our t-shirts.
It was my pleasure.
That was fun.
I'm watching all of the designs pop out.
I
and
love it.
I love it.
It's so cute.
It's pretty fun
let's see
making
this
them.
one too. I wanted to see this one that had, is this cowhide?
Yes,
Oh,
it's cowhide.
that's amazing. I love that.
Thank you.
Gorgeous.
So you do necklaces, earrings, and bracelets?
Yep.
Okay.
Yes, I
Wow.
do.
That's fun.
Yeah, and I make them affordable. They range from anywhere between $10 and $25.
Oh,
so,
wow. Yeah, super affordable.
Yes.
Really cute. So are we going to have a little fashion show?
Yes, yes.
Okay. All right. So Savannah, introduce
Yes.
what we have and tell us a little bit about what she's wearing.
This is my model, Mackenzie. She is wearing, this is my tie-dye shirt that I was talking about. It has the custom tie-dye and the custom design that I made.
I cannot believe you tie-dyed that
I
yourself.
can't either. That's amazing.
And then the necklace and the earrings, I created myself as well.
Those are darling.
Yes.
I love that. So if someone wanted that same design, but like in black and white, could they tell you, like, I want a black and white tie-dye, and you could do that?
Yeah, all they'd have to do is message me. I have
So
every
what's
color.
that called?
That one is called Long Live the Hippies and the Cowboys.
Okay, but like the tie-dye, because you said you can do black and white, but that's like more of a cream, right?
Yeah, so the tie-dye, it kind of brings out different colors in
Okay.
it. Mostly it brings out like more of the creamy with the black. If I was to do gray, it would go more of like a white color.
Oh, wow, that's cool.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's
I feel like there's another
Beautiful.
name for that, and I can't.
Acid
think of it
wash?
right now.
Bleaching.
It's like acid wash. Oh my gosh, all the designs are coming back from like
Right?
high
It
school.
is.
Yes,
It's like
and I'm
90s
yes,
revisited.
love it.
And I love the earrings too, as well.
Yeah,
those are
bigger than
really
better.
cute,
Love,
darling.
love.
And you could dress those up or down.
I love new pair of
Yeah,
good
really
hoops.
cute.
So when I was stalking on Instagram, I tried to copy kind of the next look. So
Okay,
let's bring
all
out
right, let's bring out
at least on the top.
Yes.
another Savannah.
Yes, this is other Savannah. She is wearing, this is a design that I actually just made. It's gonna be on my website this next week.
Okay.
Yep,
So cute. Wild West.
Okay.
And I love the layer.
I love the layered too, and that's what I was trying. I grabbed my kind of my sheer black undershirt, but I love the snake skin.
Yes.
And I think that maybe it was somebody else modeling the lace. So, so do you sell that
yes,
as well?
so I sell jackets as well.
Okay.
I figured out wholesaling is pretty awesome, and you can get fun little undershirts and you can get fun jackets to kind of accessorize with the shirts, which she's doing.
I love this look.
That
very
undershirt
cute,
is nice because it's lightweight. So if you wanted to wear it in the spring or the summertime, it's sheer, and so you won't be dying of heat if you wanted to accessorize with it.
I love the whole look with
I
boots
do
with
too.
the
She
knit
dressed
skirt.
it up with the skirt.
Guys,
Yeah.
it's making us
Boots.
excited for the summertime.
Love it.
It's
Very
very cute.
rodeo for sure.
Yes,
Love
she's
it.
the best. Thank you.
Thank you.
And should we stand up and show ours? I don't know if we can see it
I don't
next
know,
to the
can we?
table. Let's start with Angela. We're all looking at Pete. Angela, let's start with you. Pete will yell at us if we.
I am wearing the Johnny Cash t-shirt.
Love that.
Which I love.
Yes, love.
Right? Hi, guys, here I am.
Very cute, Ange.
Yeah, and I love the one that Stacy's wearing, and this
Love
is
the
my
Men in
next
Black,
favorite,
yes.
but yeah, love it.
That one,
I just kept really simple. The Far West.
I love it. That was actually one of my very first designs
Really?
I ever created. Yeah.
I love the simplicity of it. I think
I do
that's what I
too.
was drawn to.
It's like really
And
classic.
this necklace that you're letting me wear.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're so welcome.
Yeah, super
And I, of course, had to go with the wild card.
Yes.
Our wild
Love
card.
this. Yes.
So fun.
So fun.
Oh, and I love how you tied it up, Natasha. That's super cute.
Yeah,
That's
tied it up
cute.
and
So Savannah, do you have more ideas in the works right now that you're working on?
A lot. Yes.
Okay, so come summer, Fiesta Days, there might be some new designs for people to look for.
I have some very cute designs for Fiesta Days over the 4th and the 24th. They're cowgirly, but they can be also, you could wear them year round if you would like to as well.
Okay.
Will you have a booth?
I'm hoping to. I'm in the works of getting it.
Okay.
A lot of people want booths at Fiesta Days.
Yeah, they do.
They're sold out.
Yeah.
They are.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you might have to double up with someone. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, she's working on it. Yes.
Okay, and
well,
then
we love
you're being super kind and going to do a giveaway with us.
I am.
Oh, you are?
I
Yes,
am.
she is.
Okay, tell us about it.
So I'm gonna give away, it's $100 value. I'm gonna give away 2 shirts and a necklace of any kind. So
Wow. So we'll ask our viewers to head on over to our Instagram page for that.
yes,
And
yep.
we'll post that probably late April.
That's
Does
perfect.
that sound good?
Yeah, they can choose any shirt they want and any
That's so
necklace.
generous.
Yes, I'm so excited. I'm just
Thank
glad.
you. And we're
Thank you.
excited for you. That's awesome.
thanks
And
for
thanks for
coming
being
in.
our sponsor too, Van.
Yes.
Appreciate
Love
it.
No
Next, we'll talk about one local woman that really keeps herself busy. Stay with us for more Studio Chatter. Welcome back to Studio Chatter. Our next guest is no stranger to the program, but did you know that she juggles a busy student life, a full family, and many volunteer opportunities? Let's welcome Angela Euler to the table. Hello.
Welcome.
This is so fun.
Yeah, Angela, now we're not by each other.
Yeah.
When you
yes.
filled in, we were next
Yep.
to each other.
So you filled in first. You did such a good job. We thought, let's
did.
get her back and see like, who is Angela?
Yes.
But your introduction
Yes.
was great.
You do everything.
You forgot the crazy in there, though. The crazy life.
That's
I think
part
we're all
remodel.
crazy a little
Yes.
bit, yes.
Yeah, you've done remodeling on top of school, on top
Yes.
of raising 4 kids, and your husband serving on city council. You helped
Yes.
support him
Yes.
through a busy campaign
Through a busy
season last
campaign.
year. But I want to say, because it's just such an accomplishment. Last week you walked.
Yes.
You got your bachelor's.
I graduated. Yes.
Yay!
Yes.
Yeah, let's
And I'll
share.
try not to cry because that was 6 years. 6 years of, and I swear I crawled to the finish line.
But you did
I
it.
crawled.
You
I did it.
it.
I did it. And
Because
it
our
was,
mom brains sometimes stop working.
yes,
or they're a little slower.
yes.
when we were
When you have
younger.
so much going on,
Yeah.
it is. Trying
Yeah,
to juggle
it's
it all.
required too much.
Did you reward yourself?
I will. It's coming.
Okay.
What kind of reward are you thinking about? A remodel?
Yeah.
A trip to Mexico?
Yes, we've done all that.
I know, see?
I pre-rewarded myself.
Very good. That helped you crawl through the
Getting in here.
finish line.
Yes, absolutely. Just honestly, just time with my kids and time with Kevin, and we've got a few little getaways.
Okay.
Nothing fancy, just here and there, and.
And are you just
So-
taking the summer semester off and hopping right back in the fall, or are you going to take some more time off?
No, I'll take summer off.
Okay.
And then I'm applying to grad schools right
my
now.
goodness.
So
So you want to start in the fall? Is that what
Yes.
your goal is? Okay.
yes.
So tell our audience what you do, like what your degree has
We've been
been in and
studying,
what
yes.
you've been studying.
Okay, so my degree is in marriage and family, which to the normal person, they're like, well, what do you do with a 4-year degree of marriage and family? But I want to go on and get my master's and be a marriage and family therapist. So I'm very passionate about strengthening marriages and understanding the dynamics of families and how they interact with each other and helping them, because I think that we're seeing such a breakdown of families and marriages, and we need that. We need that today. So that's what I'm doing.
That's your end goal.
So
Yes.
what catapulted you into wanting to do that? Was it just your love for family that kind of, or did something connect with it that got you going?
That's a really good question. So growing up, I had a little bit of a rough childhood. My dad's been remarried several times, so has my mom, so jumping from house to house to house. I've had 30 different step siblings between all the marriages.
30?
Wow.
30
That's incredible.
between my mom's and my dad's marriages. So that was really hard as a kid, and I think for years and years I struggled with it. And then one day, just pondering about what I should do, I really wanted to go back to school. It hit me that all of those things were experiences to help me understand. Of course, I knew what not to do because I watched it, but then I wanted to know, how do you strengthen families? How do you strengthen marriages and make those just something that is enjoyable? Because there are some good marriages. So what do people do to make that work and make you happy?
Yeah. So let's turn this on you. What is 1 or 2 tips that you think are really crucial in making a happy family or marriage?
Okay, great. First of all, I want to say this book is what you want to read. Start off. Anybody who wants to strengthen their marriage, strengthening your marriage will strengthen your family. So you start at the top.
Oh, okay. I
Okay,
like that.
so you give your kids more security when you focus on your marriage and make that good. But in this book, one thing I really love is John Gottman. It's called The 7 Principles for Making Marriage Work, and he is the nation's leading expert on marriage. He has studied it, and he knows his stuff. And he goes through some myths about marriage, and a lot of them I was so grateful to learn. And one of them, in particular, says you hear people say, well, fighting is bad. If you fight in your marriage, I have a bad marriage. But that's not true. John Gottman says it's how you fight that matters. And so you say, how should you fight? What's a
Yes.
good way to fight?
And when?
And then, right. So one thing he says is, if you are attacking the person instead of the behavior, you want to focus on like, hey, Kevin, instead of saying, Kevin, you're so dumb. You left the clothes all over the floor. That's attacking him as a person. And John Gottman says people who attack you as a person, those marriages are not going to do well. You want to focus on the behavior. Hey, Kevin, you're frustrated when you leave your clothes on the floor or whatever. Kevin doesn't. Kevin actually should get mad at me for not making the bed. But
Vice versa.
But that's just an example. So I love that he clarifies that. So if you have, you fight with your spouse. Another thing is people say, well, don't go to bed mad. No, maybe you should go to bed mad.
That
you should
was-
go to bed and get some rest.
That was one of the worst piece of marriage advice I got at my shower.
I think it's
all
changed.
night, and everything's worse at night, right?
It's
and then in the morning,
heightened,
you're
yes.
like, anything. I'm like, why was I
Yeah,
worried
for
about
years
that all
we
night?
just kept fighting because I'm like, this advice I got on a card in my shower said to never go to bed mad.
True. It's true. And
now
I
I'm
think
like,
that's changed over the years. It
sure.
really has.
It is.
So thank you for sharing with us that it's okay to just let it go.
Yep. Just go to bed.
So I'm going to put you maybe in the therapist seat then.
Okay.
So if we had that problem and we said, then how, if that's been the behavior, the entire time in this marriage, how do you change your verbiage or change your
Scenario, right.
So
Like
you're
change
The
better.
scenario. Okay. One thing you have to remember, there are some things about other people that you cannot change. And that's one thing that John Gottman talks about. So you have to
another
figure
good
out
truth.
Yes.
if it's something that can be changed and if it's something that cannot be changed. If it's something that can, what I would say and what I do, and I do this to my kids, good thing they don't watch this, is I praise them for the things they do good. Like, oh, I just love how you talk to your sister like that. That was really nice. And you just point out those good things that they're doing. A lot of times we just don't look for the good. And when I started looking for the good in Kevin, because we've had our rough patches too, we've been married 17 years, I started seeing so many things and I realized how his love language was service to me. So for me, it was quality time. I'm like, let's go spend some time together. And he's like doing the dishes and he's like doing all this stuff. And so just recognizing, look for the good, because there are good things about
I love that.
your spouse.
Yeah, and sometimes then those other things, the negative things, don't seem quite so bad because all of a sudden you're seeing all that positive.
Yes.
Yeah, and you can handle that. That's okay. That's not that bad.
Yes.
Yep.
So Angela, that's going to be so exciting. So how many more years do you have ahead of you?
I'm guessing two for
Okay.
school, but then they require 4,000 hour clinical
Oh
hours.
my goodness.
What does that look like?
So I don't know if I'm going to be doing clinical hours at the same time I'm doing school.
Oh, wow.
But
Yeah.
I calculated it, and if I did 40 hours a week, every week with no breaks for the whole year, that would take me a little over 2 years to do just the clinical hours. So it will take me, but those are, I'll have what's called an associate license, so I can practice under supervision. So I'll still be working, getting paid. And honestly, that'll just feel like I'm just kind of
You've
launched.
arrived.
I've
Yeah.
arrived. So it's really just the schooling.
And
which
you
I
can do
think
that
is-
while you're in grad school? Or you have to wait till?
I don't know for sure. I think
Okay.
it depends on the program. Some of them say like you do an internship while you're doing some of the classes. So I still have to make a decision on grad school.
I think it's so neat that you're doing it and your kids are watching.
Yeah.
I think that's so admirable to watch their mom go through it and see that it's hard. I remember when Kevin was campaigning, you're like, oh,
was
I'm in
finals
schoolwork.
week.
We're in, sitting on my bed doing homework. They're reading. Like, it was kind of like a family effort, but the kids saw you guys just hunker down and go.
And I have a picture where I have a kid, I'm on my bed and with my computer working on my schoolwork, and I have one kid laying this way and one kid across my feet, and they've all fallen asleep at my feet, just, Mom, I guess this is the only time we're going to get with you for a minute. So
I love it. That's real life, and that's making just a huge difference in your own.
They say, school is so stupid. And I'm like, hopefully they look and see what I've done and not necessarily what I've said.
That's an amazing example. Thanks for sharing.
Thanks for being here.
Thanks, Angela, for coming again.
Yes, for sure.
And come back anytime.
Yes.
Coming up next, our next guest says there's great joy in gardening. Stay with us to find out how. Welcome back to Studio Chatter. There certainly can be some satisfaction in growing a garden, but joy? Let's find out more. Welcome artist Laura Scheider from Artisan Company to the table.
Welcome back.
Yay!
It's
Thanks
so
for coming.
fun to be with you ladies again, and I brought some things to share
My
with
gosh,
you
you
too.
did.
You brought a lot of things,
This
which
is
makes
fun.
us so excited.
It's fun to stand up. We've never stood around this
Really?
table,
This is
so
a
now I
first.
feel like I think I want to start interviewing our people.
I think
like
we
there's a
should.
different energy. I feel like we can move and
And you
dance.
got, you got
Yeah, we
your
have our gloves.
on,
Yes.
right? We got
Yeah.
our gloves.
We're ready to work.
So you were here about a year ago, right? But tell us, what is generational gardening and how do you make it so unique?
That's a great question, Stacy. I appreciate you asking that. You know, I started the company called Artists & Co. to really focus on using the tool of gardening to connect with nature, to connect with each other. We already do it naturally, but just to bring an awareness to it, that we are doing generational gardening. And it makes me think about, like, just recently there was a survey that came out with the National Garden Survey, and they said 3/4 of families do some type of gardening. I mean, that's huge
Wow.
in the United States.
That's surprising.
I know. So either we do it, or we know our grandmother does it, or the sweet lady down the street, or a gentleman that grows his favorite roses. It's all around us, right? And so I just grew up seeing my grandparents' example, my parents' example of always having vegetable gardens and flowers around their home. And now I'm teaching it to my children. So I just see this generation of wisdom and love and connection that we get to have when we connect with nature. It's just a full experience. And so that's kind of what I've been trying to do with generational gardening. Just a sweet example is that my parents loved hanging baskets. They always had them around their home
My
first of
parents did
spring.
too.
Yes.
Right.
Yep.
And they're beautiful, and they probably bought their favorite colors and
Right.
types of flowers, and you got to enjoy them all season long. And I would always buy my mother hanging baskets around Mother's Day.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
And so it's just a go-to thing, right? That you know that
Right.
your mom's going to appreciate it. And my mother last year, it was the first year without my mother at Mother's Day. And I was like in the garden store and literally like, I want to buy these baskets, but my mom's not here. And I thought, I am going to still buy these baskets for my mom, and I'm going to give them to my dad so he can put them up and our family can enjoy them. And they welcome people when they come into his home, these beautiful hanging baskets. And so I just thought that is a way to connect with those that have passed before us, and those that are still here is through beautiful gardening. And we're just going to be making that connection with these gardening baskets. So
Okay.
That's awesome.
Well, you've taken it one step better, though. I mean, I'm still the type that would go in and buy the basket. So there's so much love that goes into making your own. So
Yes.
that's the part you need to teach.
And I think connecting with the earth, whenever I go out and work in my yard, just this calmness. I come back and I feel like rejuvenated. I don't know, there's something to do with earthing, I guess, with it all.
It's very healing. It's very healing. And to your comment too, like you buy the baskets. Well, so do I. And sometimes I make them too. So that is still generational gardening. So don't feel bad if you're buying things, right?
Okay.
It's like when you buy that frozen pie and you have to
Oh,
take it to
true.
the school
Yes.
project. Just do it. Just
do
get
it
it done.
anyway.
But you're still having that generational gardening experience, sharing it with others, people that you love, making it a part of your
Because
home.
you still have to take care of it through the summer.
Yeah, you got to keep
You have
it
to
alive.
water
Still
it, fertilize
growing.
it.
You're
It's growing,
growing
you
something.
deadhead it, make it look pretty.
So let's get going. So I'm
Okay.
going to have you ladies.
These are so cute.
Yeah, so here's our baskets. You guys have empty ones. This is what we're going to make today, and I'm going to show you how to make it.
Okay.
And this can be intimidating, but it's not supposed to be.
Okay.
So I'm going to make it very, very simple for each of you.
Should we
in
put this
doing
on the
this.
outside?
Yes,
Okay.
so put the hook on the outside, and what we're going to do is you need your supplies. So you want to find a basket that you like. You can order these online or your favorite garden store. And then you also want a really good soil. Like I love to just get soil that has an organic mix or really natural. So you want a good soil for your plants. Now, the great thing about this is you won't need as much soil because a lot of these plants already have it around their roots, right? So that's the first thing is your supplies. The second thing is my favorite, which is flower shopping,
Yes,
right?
that is fun. And overwhelming.
And
Yes.
overwhelming, but
Yeah.
so fun. And just go there. I like to break the rules. I like to, you know, sometimes people think it has to be a certain order or a certain kind. I think what flowers speak to you, you get them. You just make it your own, be creative. Sometimes people like to do all one basket pansies or the tier where it's tall, small, and goes in layers.
Like this one, which I really like this.
Yeah,
See, I would never pick this.
Neither would
because I always would do the normal thing. I'd probably grab the little centerpiece that sticks up, and then the little
This
petunias.
speaks to me, though.
This
I
is
love
just
the
this is
natural
so,
kind of
I love it.
And so you have like this dusty Miller right here, and I love texture, and I love to mix. And then you've got this kale cabbage, and then I like to do a little plant on the back. Make it kind of fun because you're really seeing things all the way around with a hanging basket. So what we're going to do right now is, we've already gone flower shopping, right, ladies?
Yeah,
We've
right.
got our
We did.
flowers.
Okay.
So what I like to do before you even take it out of the pot, pick one that really speaks to you. What's the one you want kind of in the center or to the side? What do you like? And don't take it out of your box. Just start putting it in. So find one that you like, just start putting it in. So this allows you to start arranging it before you take the dirt out and put the dirt in. Have fun with the arrangement, mix it. So if you want this one, Stacy, that hangs in the front, it's
I
going to
didn't even
slow.
see that little guy.
And you've got this.
So you're saying go ahead and put them all in right now, or
Put
just
them
one?
all in. We're not taking them out of the baskets at all. This is your creative time. This is your time to keep the plant, safe in its container, to figure out what combination you like to do.
I love this, by the way.
I know.
So
these are amazing. I mean, for fall or spring, these kale cabbages, I love them.
When we're going to plant, would you suggest putting a little dirt in the bottom?
Yes.
Okay, and
yes.
how much of that?
So I just do a cup or two depending on the base, and I just fill it up in the base.
Okay.
And then I start taking these flowers. After I figured out the arrangements that I like, what speaks to me, I start taking them out one at a time and putting that base dirt in, putting your plants in, and then start to put your soil in. So work from the outside in. Just kind of fill it to let the outside hold in your borders, and just tuck it in. That's my favorite part at the very end. Once you get your soil in, today we're just getting the design element down. And once you like it, you ladies can go home with the dirt. I'll provide for you to kind of create
that was
in your
so
own.
nice of you to do all of this.
No, it's
Do I
just
want this
fun.
in the back though, or do I want it in the front?
Put it in the front. What does it speak to you, Stacy? Do you want it in the front?
Whoa!
You're fine.
Look at you. You are a pro there. You've got it down.
Natasha, you got it.
I know. She's just already got it already set how she wants it. And this is what's nice about first designing it in the containers.
Then you can move it
You
around.
can see what you like and what really fits well with this. And this was my
So
mom's
cute.
favorite part, is
love
connecting with flowers, connecting with her family. And in honor of her, I'm actually doing a special event that's coming up.
Ooh.
Yes.
Tell us.
Okay, when is this?
We were wondering.
So we are doing, I always took my mother to brunch. And so to honor her, we're doing a special brunch in the healing garden that I've been creating in my backyard.
Okay.
And we're having 100 women, a catered brunch, beautiful from Gourmandies, and also the
Have
Three
you guys eaten at
Reds.
Gourmandies?
Yeah, and the Three Reds are coming to perform, and we're just going to have this beautiful environment with the healing garden all around us for women to connect and just to enjoy the time together in nature. And this is going to be a special event that you're going to talk about forever. It could be a gift to your mother, to your grandmother, to your daughters, So
like
if
that.
you want to find out more about it, just go to artistsandco.com. So artistsandco.com. So it's ARDICE and co.com.
Okay, and we can just register there.
Register?
Yeah, you register. So May 7th is the special Louise's Garden Brunch. I named it after my mom.
Oh, I love that, artist.
And it's something we're going to do every year. This is just going to be a
Okay.
tradition. But this is our first year, and it's going to be a really special experience of bringing women together.
That
with
sounds like
nature.
I could do that every Saturday.
Yeah.
Like go to brunch outside with girlfriends.
Yes. And in her healing garden. Yes, that sounds
And
really
now you guys
special.
have your beautiful,
Thank you
gifts
so much.
to take to
did
your
it.
families so that you can enjoy and do the generational gardening with your family.
I love
Very
this.
simple, and just enjoy them all summer long. I hope you ladies
Well,
enjoy them.
we look
love
forward
you.
to seeing you back and inspiring us to be with our loved ones while we're outside. That's
Yes,
important.
it is
Making those
important.
connections.
Thank you so
Thanks,
much
artist.
for your
Thank you,
time and our lovely gifts.
Yes,
Yeah.
thank you.
There's more studio chatter coming up. Welcome back from summer parties, new Western wear, one busy mama, and generational gardens. What did we learn today?
We have a bunch of cool people around.
Yeah, we do.
So
and I'm
many
ready for
and
summer
so
and spring.
generous.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're
Yes.
filming tonight and a snowstorm's coming in.
I know, it's
depressing.
true. It really is.
Hopefully,
Average,
It's
right?
Utah weather.
Right.
hopefully by the time this is on TV, it'll be sunny and bright and warm.
At least for a couple days, Stace. I think it could happen. But
Well,
yeah.
we have many things in the horizon. So Mother's Day is coming up, and
Yes.
we have graduation coming up, and we always talk about this time of year. We're like, oh, we're so busy. There's so many things going on,
Yeah.
and it feels busier than Christmas sometimes. So
Definitely.
planning.
It's crazy.
Are you starting to get the graduation announcements yet?
No.
Okay.
Nope. Are you?
No.
No,
quite.
not yet.
I think a lot of my people that I knew are like graduated.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like with Bo being the baby, I feel like a lot of our neighborhood and stuff is kind of ebbed out.
Yeah.
Well, and I think last year weddings were even kind of touch and go. Like, do we
Yes.
have a
I have
line? Do
two
we not have it?
weddings.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I don't have any right now.
And I do have a funeral this next week. One of our dear friends growing up, they were kind of our second parents. He just recently passed away. And so he lived a long, beautiful life, but it's still always hard
Yeah.
to lose those.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of generational things, we learned a lot from artists.
Yeah,
And that's
she's-
always it feels so good to get your hands in the dirt. So I am ready for that.
So
Yes.
let's tell our viewers that, I mean, she mentioned the party.
Oh,
The
yes.
brunch
Yes.
at
And we're
10:30
booked.
on May 7th. So we reserved a table of 8. So we're really going to be there. We're
Yeah,
gonna
and
taste
I am so
excited.
excited. My
Yes.
girls, I just texted them. They're like, so excited. This is going to be
good.
great.
Yes.
And we're
So-
dressing up
Yes.
like a garden party brunch.
Yes, yes.
And little dresses.
Yes. So that'll be fun.
'Kay.
And then we just got a donut from. So
And I'll have a
apparently, Pete told us that this is now do not run, but donut.
Love that.
Donut run.
Formerly known as cowboy donuts. Did I get that, Pete? Okay.
So
We'll taste it.
Sampling.
Want to thank Savannah once again for our beautiful T-shirt.
Oh yes.
I think I want more.
I do too. I think I need a black one, and I really love this one. I think I could roll Johnny Cash.
I love that one.
And Angela Euler gave us some great advice for relationships and marriage.
Yes. And kudos to her to go back to school. When you're a mom of 4,
I
go back and do
yes. No idea
Wow.
how she's doing that. That's
yeah.
awesome.
And if you have a foam party, I'm available to come.
Woohoo!
I was
yes.
just thinking that. I'm like, my grandkids would love it. But I think it could be like all of us. My whole family could enjoy that.
Oh yeah, I'm thinking like called
I know.
grandma and everybody.
Studio Chatter foam party.
Oh yeah, with all the
We
women.
have tried for years to try and have a 5K. I don't think that's
No,
really
just a
ever
foam
going
party.
to happen.
I just
right?
had an idea.
We're going to have a foam
50
party.
foot donut party.
Yes.
How about that?
Yes.
We could have people come
Donut
to that.
run into the foam.
There you go.
Oh,
there you
that's
go.
fun. Well, this was a fun segment.
It was fun. Yes.
Good luck. Stay busy, or don't. Take time for yourself.
Yes.
Don't
always.
overdo it.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Lovely
Okay.
show.
Super fun. Thanks for being here with us. We hope you enjoyed the program. If you learned something new today, please tell a friend about us.